What's up? Black men aren't biracial. Standards and identity. If you're a black man out there who's trying to self-improve, who's trying to understand more about black history, the race of black people coming together, black men coming together, helping each other out in our community, becoming more financially literate, and just overall improving, coming together, and just lifting each other up individually and as far as community. I have a guide for that in the bio section of my YouTube channel. If you just click on my YouTube channel, you'll see the guide for that, and it dives deep into a lot of different aspects of health, you know, becoming more financially literate, coming together with your fellow black man, helping out your community, making more money, all of these things. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the bio section of my YouTube channel. When we start to dive into what is a black man, right? The reason I wanted to make this video and talk about this particular subject was one guy had commented on my channel and he was like, "Can I be a part of this movement? I'm a quarter African, like I'm a quarter black, right?" And I can't remember exactly what he was saying, but he was basically saying he was a quarter black. Can he be a part of the movement? I didn't remember what other race he was mixed in with, but I had to ask myself immediately when I seen that comment. I was like, okay, you can be a part of it because you got black in you. But then I caught myself and I was like, hold on, do you look like a black person? Do you look like a black man? Or do you look like another race? Right? That's something we have to start understanding, that it's important that everybody just can identify as black. And I know that we live in a day and age where anybody that got any amount of black in them, they're black. But we can't do that, because when you look at white people, when you look at any other race, or especially white people, if you mix with anything, you're not white. White is white. White is not half white. White is not a quarter white. White is white, right? And I think that the same needs to be said for black people, right? And I understand you can get some light skinned black people. Uh, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad is very light skinned. Uh, you know, I got people in my family that's super light skinned, but they're obviously still black, right? And I understand that, but I think that we can't just start throwing around everybody is black. Everybody is, if you got a quarter black in you, then you're black. No, come on now, because at that point you don't even look black. And I've seen on the internet many times where you can have a mixed person and then they have a baby with a white person. The baby come out blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin. That baby is never gonna be treated like a black person. Never gonna be seen as a black person, just off of your first look at them. And if you have to explain that you're black, if you have to try to prove to somebody that you're black, then you're not black, right? And I think that when it comes to building something for black people, it needs to be for black people. It can't just be anybody who is gonna identify as black. That's where we have to start to have standards in the black community to what we're gonna consider black, right? Because a lot of these people that want to be considered black aren't for black people, right? You can find a lot of people who may be mixed, or they may be, a quarter African or quarter black, and they don't resonate or like relate to anything about black people. They don't relate to that experience, right? And I'm not a person that's like try to get into, well, it's about the experience and you gotta know. But if you don't look black, then I wouldn't say that you're black, even if you got a quarter black in you, right? So that's the important thing to look at, man. I think that's the thing that really is gonna put us at a level where black is for black, right? And I have a way that I'm thinking about it, whereas if you're a black man out there, right, it needs to be noticed. It needs to be observable and obvious that you're black. if you're out here, 25% black, but you look like a white person or you look like a just a different race, then it's like, you know, how much can you really say that you're a black person and when you don't get treated like a black person, you know? So I think that that's something we have to start doing because that's what's really gonna keep us homogenous in a lot of ways. Where I'm not even this person where I'm like, okay, black people just need to be with black people. I am a person that thinks black people need to be with black people, but I'm not just 100% uh grounded in that type of ideology, right? Because I understand it's more about mentality than anything. I'm just saying you have to be for black people, right? You need to be for black people, and I think that you can find white people, you can find any other race, you can find races of people, in small percentages that actually are for black people, black men, for us rising. So for that reason, that's why I'm not this Dr. Umar type of person where it's you got to stay with a black woman, you got to stay with a white woman. I think the if you're a black man, you know what I'm saying, the black woman should be, your preference or whatever. But I would say that that's not even what I'm trying to get at. That's not even the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that everybody can't just identify as black even if they got part black in them. Right? I think the only exception would be somebody who has a black parent and who has a white parent. Just a classically uh biracial person who's half black, half white. I think that those people can make a choice, if they want to resonate more with white or resonate more with black, right? But I know today's day and age, oh, we're just gonna consider them black. No, I don't consider somebody that's biracial black. I consider them biracial, right? And a lot of times that's in mentality as well, which means that they stay very neutral with things. They never try to be on the white side too much. They never try to be on the black side too much. They kind of just stay in the middle, which in a lot of ways that's not helpful. But I think that that's where they best fit. And that's biracial. You're mixed. You're not really fully black or fully white. And I think that needs to be its own thing in its own category. But it can definitely be for black people, right? But they can also be for white people. So that's one of the things you just have to. Um, that's one of the things that I just see, and that's why it's important to make a distinction between part black, half black, and black. You know, you know, that's the important thing. That's why we have to, when we do something for our community, we do something for black people. It don't just, it don't need to be just for anybody who's part black or anybody who's half black. I think nowadays they want the black person to really be a biracial person because that's how you see us represented in a lot of media and the internet, and that's how they want to view us. Oh, just super light skinned person. Oh, that's a black person. No, a black person is probably actual, more around my skin tone. That's what an actual black person is. But that's pretty much all I got to say, man. Peace out.